Hello, hello, salut. I am the Rasta Witch. Here's where we learn the way of the Yansui Rasta, which is to say, my kind of Ital. Please subscribe and begin your own kind of Yansui witchcraft. All roads lead to Rome. Home. Okay, now we will look at the Chariot card. The first thing that comes to mind are the chariots in the movie Ben-Hur. The charioteer has to master the four powerful horses so that the movement of the chariot will triumph over the thundering of the horses of the competing charioteers. The forces of the charioteer, and the power of the horses all harmonize to move the vehicle forward. Today, our modern vehicles run on invisible horsepower, but we had to harmonize the firepower of its engine to make it work. I really like this card because I call this the horse card because I grew up working on my grandpa's ranch in Wyoming the entire youth, even into college. I'd go really often and go help him work on the ranch, and I've always had a thing for horses. If you've ever ridden a horse, they are really, really powerful creatures, and that we've been able to tame them, to ride them, is absolutely amazing. This tarot card is about mastering powers into equilibrium, harmonizing them. Think of the sport of the equestrian fence jumping. Horses are trained to turn around poles and jump fences. This would take much discipline for the rider and the horse. The corresponding Hebrew character for the chariot card is cheth, meaning fence. The astrological signature for this card is Cancer. Cancer means crab in Latin. Cancers, being a water sign, are powerful emotionally within, but they protect that without, like a crab protects its inside with its shell. A shell with claws, no less. In Native American astrology, the animal totem for Cancer is the bear, like the movie Brother Bear. Finding power from within, like the charioteer. Would anything about the chariot work if you remove the charioteer's brain? Okay, let's look at the cards. Here's the Thoth deck chariot card. You can see here he's got a crab as his crown up there, and he's a knight wearing armor made of gold, and he's holding it says it's the Holy Grail, the booklet. He's holding a grail, but inside of it are the spinning forces of fire, like electricity. He's mastered firepower. And this card's unique because if you look at the roof, it's a shell, which is kind of cool. But he's got the conflicting energies of four different beasts, and this one wants to go over there. They're not like one, but he's brought him in, he's tamed him and brought him into enough harmony that it pulls the chariot. And you see this a lot in tarot cards. The chariot driver doesn't even have ropes hooked up to the beasts pulling the chariot. It's because, like I said, the crab, and the shell protects the inside. It's about looking within. So he's tamed and mastered and is guiding and controlling the forces of these beasts pulling the chariot from within, not with strings. Here we look at the Sephiroth deck. Just like on the Thoth deck, how the Charioteer has mastered firepower. You can see this one, he has a wand, and it has elemental fire in it. He's wearing a breastplate with Chet, the Hebrew character, which is fence, like equestrian horse races, jumping over fences. And like I said, it's about the powers within. Embracing him is the high priestess, whose planet is the moon. You can see a moon up there, and the color of the moon is purple. And she's embracing him. And he's got the symbol of this shield here on his chariot as a symbol of strength. And pulling the chariot are two sphinxes with crab claws on the Sephra of Jabura, and there's no strings. Again, he's pulling it from the strength within, and pulling it through the Cancerian waters. In my deck, I've got the Herbal Tarots card for this, and the corresponding herb there, as you can see, is cypress. The cypress plant is good for regulating the energy of the whole body. It is used for moodiness, gas, symptoms that come and go, and menstrual irregularities. Cancer, ruled by the moon, exalts Jupiter. Regulating energy swings in mood from depression to joy, trouble digesting food and such. Is why cypress is the corresponding plant. So, direction from within, directing your ambition, a vehicle for change, evolution, inner and outer balance. So you can see, pulling the chariot is the cypress plant, and he's doing it from within, wearing the powers of the moon, and with a purple robe. The Chariot card will support you in establishing control in your life. The Charioteer represents your ability to harmonize competing forces that we all have to balance. Home and work, career and family, self and others. It's no easy task. So let's look at a different deck. Let's look at this deck's Chariot card. It has the Hopi tribe's prophecy of the Rainbow Warriors on it, which is really creative. The Rainbow Warrior prophecy comes out of their creation myth. The humans, they say, sprouted up out of the ground like a plant from within the earth. Much symbolism in that. And that eventually humans had to be divided into 4 groups: the North, the South, the West, and the East. And one day the world will be basically what we have today in modernity. That the humans would pollute and exploit the earth, and war would plague us. So it's their prophecy for today, their apocryphal myth. But, Native Americans, so it's detached from the whole Bible and all that. As the legend goes, each of the 4 groups would have to come together as a family and teach their perspectives. These teachers from each group are the Rainbow Warriors. I once had a whole packet about this prophecy that goes into extreme detail. They're called the Rainbow Warriors because some people are white, some people are black, some people are red, some people are yellow, like we say, when it says, it doesn't mean, when it says north, east, southwest, it doesn't mean, in the American continent. It means from all over the world, different people from all over. I mean, that's how it would, since it's for today, that's what we know about today. So these teachers, the Rainbow Warriors, these teachers from each group are the Rainbow Warriors. So from each of all those camps would be a Rainbow Warrior, bringing promise from the reign of war and apathy towards Earth. The Rainbow Warriors put petty differences of war to the side to fight a spiritual war within, so we can come together free of elitism and full of love and knowledge of self and others to find solutions to our problems, unifying efforts. I think of the promise of hymns, or the purpose of hymns that we sing in all different religions. Hymns are songs designed to find strength. I think of the Nyabingi chanting down Babylon, the Chariot of the sacred hymns of the Native Americans, and the Yan Sui hymn. In fact, the next video that I'll put in this playlist will be me singing the Yan Sui hymn that I wrote for the Yan Sui about the Rainbow Warriors, called the Rainbow Throne. In the description is a link to the playlist of the tarot cards, and you can scroll down and find it. I'll leave a link in the description box also. Also is a link to the myth of the Rainbow Warriors. Mastery, equilibrium, and success. Reason and emotion now work together. Intellect and intuition support each other in a common direction. You may have talents and abilities to draw on. Peace can only be possible if it begins from within each individual, then it ripples out. After all, the chariot is one of the pathways that cross the abyss, bringing us closer to Jah. Let's look at the chart. The chariot pathway is right here. It brings us from Jabura, number 5, meaning strength, to the masculine side of the archetypal polarity. It brings us from Jabura, number 5, meaning strength, which is the masculine side of the archetypal polarity, across the abyss to number 3, Bina, which means understanding. From strength to understanding. Peace.